my idea of like what I would tell a youth coach, like lower your expectations. Catching's fucking hard.
Yes.
Okay. So you want him to, get every pitch that's in the strike zone, block every ball and throw everybody out. And the reality is like, you have 0 pitchers with command. Okay. You might have a pitcher with control, right? They can throw it in the zone, but they don't have command. So now you're saying, hey, get everything in this square for us, and then block everything and throw everything. And the reality is as much as the expectations needs to be lowered, what you're looking for needs to be results oriented. So on the block, did the guy move up or not? Does not matter how it was accomplished. If he picked it, great, positive. He didn't move up. If he blocked it, cool. If it was a glove paddle, whatever it was, man, maybe it was like it got by him and it hit the backstop and he grabbed it real quick and looked and made sure the guy didn't go. Whatever it is, be results oriented and not how it looks or it should look.
Well, dude, that's a awesome point that I think needs to be highlighted. I tell catch because I'll work with guys and we'll do some reaction stuff, right? And they'll block a ball in front of them, but they're mad because like one knee didn't get down. And I'm like, dude, what are we talking about? I was like, this idea that every time you block the ball, you're going to have both knees down, your chin's going to be down, your glove's going to be in the ground, and the ball's going to be sitting right in front of you. Like, it's not an obtainable goal. So it's like you have to start. I agree completely. And I say all the time, what's the ball telling you? The ball's sitting right in front of you, or he didn't get down and he picked the ball. I was like, the ball's in your glove. That guy didn't take 90 feet or 60 feet or wherever you're playing. I was like, you go watch a Major League Baseball game. I was like, how many times would you say throughout a game you see a catcher block the ball with the like perfect like technique of both knees down, glove in the ground, sitting there like this? Like, you don't see it. And it's funny because I'm like looking, and like last year, Realmuto was the best blocking catcher, like by the numbers. He barely blocked.
Mm-hmm.
He picked the ball at like an 80% clip. Like, I'm going through watching like all of his blocks from last year. Half of them he's using his glove. And it's like,
100%.
Give me that guy who's just super athletic and just trusts that he gets his glove in a good position, that his hands are available to him. Hey, I'm going to be good in here. If the ball's in the other batter's box, whatever. You know what I mean? At a youth level, you can't really do that. But I agree 100%, man. And I just think the position is so undertaught, like at a youth level, that not enough people understand how hard it is, that we have this, like you said, this expectation that they need to be able to do all of these things. Where you look in the major leagues, it's like there's 3 guys right now that are in the top 5 in all 3 of those categories. And one of them, Tavinho, he's a platinum glove winner at the major league level. Like, a lot of times guys excel at one thing and then you see a little dip in something else. Like, that's just what you see. So this thought that they're going to be able to do all of those things at an extremely high level all the time is just, it's not an obtainable goal. And
how many chances they have, right? I mean, it's like, how many times we see the shortstop kick a ball and the coach goes, hey, you're all right, next one's coming. I'm like, okay, so that guy, he made one mistake on the 5 balls. So 20% of the time he messed up, right? And your catcher made mistakes on 5% of the chances he had, and you're just on his shit the whole game. And it's like, have some perspective. I tell guys all the time, I wish I could go grab those youth coaches and just bring them into the facility and be like, come here, bro. Let's you do it.
Yep.
And then you'll see how freaking hard it is. I'll put a 9-year-old pitcher there, and I want you to catch everything and block everything, and then I'll show you what you can do to make it easier. But it's like, have a little bit of perspective and understanding that, dude, it's so freaking hard. And the knee down is massively important to the youth catcher. And this is something that I know that there's like some kind of controversy on, like, oh, that's only the big league level, blah, blah, blah. The reality is if you put a kid on his knee, the amount of connection to the ground and control that he has to do whatever he needs to do is 10 times better. You've got guys playing travel ball at 8, 9, 10 years old where pitchers don't know how to hold guys on anyway. Like, and we're going, well, you can't throw from there. Like, doesn't matter. They can't throw anybody out.
Yeah.
Who the hell cares,
Yeah.
So it's like, just get them in a position where they feel comfortable. And like, That's why when we first start teaching blocking at like the youngest of ages, like we don't talk about technique. We just like, I'll literally put a L screen behind them and I'll like have a foam ball and I'll just kick the ball like I'm a soccer player, throw whatever, and just be like, don't let it hit the screen. I don't care how you do it. Just don't let it hit the screen, and just get the mentality of like figuring out how we're going to not let it get by us, instead of figuring out you got to get to here and do all this. And the biggest piece of the traditional stance when we're moving down to block is just the collision that it causes. And that's another piece. Like now you have these like young kids who actually do get down to block and they're aggressive to get down to block. But because they're getting down at such a force to get down to the ground, the ball hits their chest and flies off.
Flies away.
Doesn't matter, right? And that's another thing, the one knee down. And like you're talking about, even if you don't get the second knee down, like you're so soft and absorbing this ball instead of creating a collision to hit it.